Alright, here's something that happened the other day. Officials from both WWE and Impact Wrestling met to have a chat. Now, this wasn't Vince McMahon and it wasn't Triple H, but it was their people, as weird as that sounds, and they damn sure got into something. That is the truth. This makes my job very easy this week because when you hear that information, there's only one question you need to ask yourself. Why? Slow taps with this hand because only just getting better. I'm going to find out. Here's why. No, that didn't make sense. That was grammatical nonsense. But hey, it's good to try new stuff, right? Not in this case, it wasn't. Let's roll the video. Roll it. We don't roll on YouTube. Just get on with it. Now know this isn't actually the huge step forward that you may be thinking it is when you first hear the news. Because yes, over the last few months, maybe a year or so, the working relationship between WWE and Impact Wrestling, brackets TNA, has been a lot better. For example, you may have watched a few WWE documentaries on the WWE network and realised, hey, that's TNA footage because they've come to agreements. I don't think WWE fears them in any sense today, so they got no worries about working them, and it's just good for Impact Wrestling. It's never a bad thing to be in bed with the biggest fish. And the way I said that, it made it sound like I was implying there was some kind of sexual fish analogy going on. I didn't mean it like that. I don't know what fish do behind closed doors. The most obvious coming together you would think, maybe because of Matt Hardy, and that may sound a little bit out of left field, but it does unfortunately seem like Hardy may have had to retire from the ring, and he's slowly segueing into a backstage role. And you know what people in backstage roles do? They make deals like this happen. If WWE wants to do some kind of DVD or network special on Matt Hardy, or more specifically, the Broken character and the Broken universe, there's certain footage they're gonna need, much like the final deletion. And believe you me, that stuff was worth a lot. It turned the wrestling world upside down when it happened and is absolutely an asset. You can't just give that away, although it does make sense for both parties, especially Impact, because they can, get their brand out there on a bigger scale. Could there be more here as well? I'd like to think so, or maybe, I hope that there is. Impact Wrestling right now is miles better than it has been in ages, so much so that if you haven't seen it, I would implore you to go and watch. I think you'll be impressed. However, their TV deal, well, it kind of sucks. Ratings are okay, but they haven't increased much since the new regime took over, and my gut tells me that's because of Pop TV. It just doesn't have that big of a reach. Therefore, any steps they can make forward has got to be considered a positive. And wouldn't one of them be coming aboard with the WWE? It doesn't hurt them all that much at all. You could even argue that if they did go on the network, they'd roughly be getting the same amount of viewers that they do now. I think Impact gets around 300,000 eyeballs on it every single week. You could easily do that on the network, but also if you did come to some kind of agreement, why couldn't it become almost like a secondary feeder system for the WWE? And yeah, this isn't ideal when you think about potential growth. If you put anything behind a paywall, you're obviously not going to be able to sell your product as much as you could otherwise. If something is free and then something is paid for, more people are going to watch the free thing. But if it benefits everyone, I wouldn't mind at all. It could even be like the relationship ECW and WWE had around about 20 years ago. And that seemed like it was okay. I think a lot of people enjoyed that, not Tommy Dreamer. But there was constant talent changes between both promotions, and I think as a fan, that made it really fun. Do you remember when ECW dudes just turned up on Raw one day? You were like, what the hell is going on? It was lost on a lot of people given that this was the pre-internet age, but if you did know what was happening, you damn well loved it. Impact has also said that they've got no problem with talent being non-exclusive and that they can go and work wherever they want. So maybe there's a deal we could explore there rather than an outright purchase. Raw and SmackDown wouldn't be likely at all, but 205 Live? More NXT specials? I don't think that's too out of the world that it could happen. It all depends how Impact sees themselves, where they want to be in a few years. Even if it turns out to be nothing, it's good that these promotions can have better relationships these days, because let's face it, the more places there is for wrestlers to work, the better. Also, the only people that can bring WWE down in 2018 is WWE itself. Something catastrophic would have to happen internally for it to all of a sudden crumble and die on the floor. It's going to die over there on my floor. If we can come up with a system that benefits the whole wrestling landscape, that sounds like a powerful place to be, and also a cozy one where you'll be offered a lovely warm cup of tea. Now, don't forget to leave a comment below and let us know what you think about Impact Wrestling, WWE, the thought of them maybe coming together. Like, share, and subscribe. Head over to whatculture.com and read yourself some articles. And follow What Culture on Twitter. at What Culture WWE. My name is Simon from What Culture. This was the Y Series. Thank you for watching. And if you are questioning why this arm is moving, I'll give you a quick rundown. I did it on SmackDown Ups and Downs. I'll do it here, but then I'm drawing a line under it. In 2.5 weeks' time, I have to see the hospital. The hospital is going to look at my arm and decide whether I need surgery or whether I don't. And the only way to know that is to start using it like usual again and see what happens. It really hurts now, so I've been waving it around, but let's keep our fingers crossed. Otherwise, maybe I'll die.